My sister Ariel recorded everything on our first day. We dropped her off on the side of the road with the camera, then we drove in circles until we got everything, then we put her on the corner of the crossroads and did all of the choreography over again. It doesn't make sense to hear tires from this far away, but such is the artifice of sound design. All the digital zooms I did in editing later. The honk sound was also added in post. I tried timing it with the bouncing of the car just to be interesting. The dashboard overlay was removed because there were too many things to read at once. I thought it was just more confusing. Cars were removed from several shots, and timing was edited. This was a test video I recorded with the green screen. We recorded the actual driving shots much later. My early tests with chroma key in this short led to a much better version of the chroma key in Chapter 4. A split screen was used to put these cars closer together. I put a GoPro on the ground and lucked out on naturally good framing for this shot. I did have to color correct all of the GoPro footage to match that of the Google Pixel 2 main camera. The music on the radio is several layered tracks of me on guitar, strumming, fingerpicking, and using a slide I made out of a copper pipe. You can hear a little bit of the riff from The Cockroach That Ate Cincinnati. Placeholder text communicated what I would have to record later with Stephen Curtis. The distant desert and this empty parking lot are both visual effects. The stop sign was already there and graffitied, and I thought it looked cool. Did some speed ramping to make this turn feel faster and had to paint out the Banner Health building in the background. And I added the CGI road hazard that would be important later. Used a split screen for safety. And the up and down wobble of the camera was a challenge to stabilize to make that look good. There's also quite a bit of rotation. Every shot of the distance was altered. Another split screen and a CGI road hazard. Go. This was an early window fracture test. Motion tracking, erasing tracking markers, rendering glass texture.
Now look towards me and kind of walk towards me.
The triangle markers were for a different test to track on a head wound. I didn't expect to put a wound texture on his head, I just wanted to test out a theory. Panorama for reflections. And a test render and the final video. Background replacement. And changed his shoe colors for continuity with the later shot. It's not perfect, but it's what I had. I made a crude model textured with an image. I used Keen Tool's Face Builder to build the head, then I used GIMP to remove the baked-in shadows. I tried simulating it, but ended up animating the collision. The depth of field was important to hide the crude modeling. More background replacement. Ariel and Steven recorded this shot. I really like it. We recorded this way later. Here's the original. Ariel off screen with my car keys unlocking the trunk. Recorded this in my front yard. You can see the camera. Also recorded this in my front yard with a hose to get the water going into the gas tank. I added this shot to communicate more clearly that it was a body in the garbage bags. That's a photoshopped image.
Okay, that can work.
Physics, it's always there.
Here's the original footage that I used to make the Photoshop.
Lighting reference, because we love lights.
Cut out a bunch of these frames so you don't see our reflections, then made an L cut with the audio to keep it smooth.
Yeah.
Okay, stop it.
You can see my sister in the background of this shot, but I also didn't like how my performance felt in the edit, so I used a different take. Edited this bit for timing, to keep things moving along quickly, lots of background removal, and copious amounts of color correction. The electric guitar was played by my friend Nathan Gentala. I was at his house, we were hanging out.
Do you want to hear a piece I'm working on right now? Sure. Okay, let's see what I can do here.
All the shots you can see my face in the car were recorded by my dad a few weeks later. This is an unused take of me siphoning the gas.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then we'll just cut it down.
Recorded this later with Steven when we were driving around. Didn't end up using this reference for its blinkers. I thought I'd cut it in, but it just wasn't interesting enough. Recorded these on the same day. I color corrected all of the yellow lines to be white lines.
Recording.
The main 5 p.m. script kicked off this whole project, and this chapter began as an expansion of one of the drivers. I played the driver because I knew how far apart the productions would be, and I knew I would definitely be free when it came time for Chapter 5. The car chase itself came from an early draft of 5 p.m. And that's how Chapter 2 came to be. Thanks for watching.
Good. Obviously lost my angle. Go.
So that's what I've got so far.
Perfect.
What I'm gonna add to it.
Did you make that yourself?
Yeah.